Happy Wednesday, everybody. Coming live from my kitchen this morning on this snowy day. We are going to go through a release for your chest area. So, again, poor posture, tight breathing, anxiety, stress. This area gets really tight. For all my cyclists out there, same thing. This area tends to get a bit tight. So, I'm going to show you first. A lighter version. For those that go into the full version, it feels too intense. This is a nice place to start. So we will be using your Mana or Max here momentarily. I'm going to have you start with the mini. And what you can do is literally, you can see I'm just pushing it into the tissue and giving it a half twist. Push and twist. So you can just move it all around your chest. There's no wrong spot to do that. This helps hydrate the fascia here, increasing blood flow, increasing oxygen. So this is a good starter step. You can do this while you're sitting there on the phone, watching your favorite program at the end of the day. Super easy. Now, the more intense version, we're going to do a couple passes to just kind of explore where it's tightest. So we're going to start kind of just off to the side of center, and you're going to work little by little below the collarbone a little bit out towards the shoulder. And then we'll reset it a little more center. And we're going to go across the pec, kind of towards the armpit. So you'll want to find a wall to do this. Some people prefer doing this lying on the ground, which you can also play around with, okay? But I'm going to start here, just off to the center, a little below the collarbone. And I'm just going to lean into the wall. So since it's on my left pec, I'm going to rest the left side of my head on the wall, okay? And you're just going to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you're just going to sink into it a little bit, okay? And then roll it to the side towards the shoulder, just an inch, and just breathe into it. So what we're trying to do is find those spicy zones and just take some breaths into it and see on each exhale if you can sink and relax a little more. Now, your left hand can either be straight down like this. I'm going to show you with my right hand just so you can see better. It can be on the wall like this too, and you can play around, just kind of sliding it out in different heights to see where it feels most restricted, okay? Take a deep breath in here, and then exhale, just sinking into it a little more. Good. And then you're going to roll it out towards the shoulder just a little bit more. Good. And take another deep inhale here. Somebody's sending me hearts. Thank you. And exhale, sink into it a little bit more. Good. And then you're going to roll it a little further to that shoulder. Again, take a deep breath in. And on this exhale, I want you to imagine your shoulder blade just kind of melting to the floor. Good. That's it. Rolling it a little further towards that shoulder. Deep inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Sink. Good. And a little further out. So you can stay on whatever area feels the most restricted, the tightest, the most uncomfortable for as long or as little as you want. You're just exploring. Good. Deep inhale. And exhale. Good. And then we're going to do the same thing, just a little bit lower. So starting at the center and little by little. So I'm going to show you this. I want you to imagine this is my left hand. So same hand that you're rolling on. But what you can do is inhale, kind of reach it out high, and then exhale, sink into it a little more. Maybe inhale, reach it out to the side, just so you can see what I'm doing here, and bring it back. And you can do the same thing low. Yeah. Or you can just completely let it hang. For those of you that have any fusions in your cervical spine, or this is uncomfortable for your neck, a modification, you stay here, a modification you can do is put a yoga block on the wall and put the ball this side of the yoga block. So that way you have a little more space and you can just keep your head straight rather than turning it, okay? But again, if you're okay turning it, you want to have the side that the orb is on, that same side of your head resting towards the wall, okay? Again, little by little, working out towards that armpit. Good. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and exhale, sink. Good. And you might find you're only tight lower, some people higher, and you can absolutely just go to those zones, okay? Deep breath in, hold it, and exhale. And remember, you're giving this as much pressure as you want. So if leaning into it is a little too intense, just back off a little bit, okay? The goal isn't to get to the most painful spot. The goal is to find the areas that feel tight, that feel restricted, and to try to melt, remember. Melt and relax and breathe. If you find yourself holding your breath, you're probably going too deep for yourself. Good. So again, center, kind of show you, get my mop out of the way, along the collarbone to the shoulder, and then repeat center a little further out towards the armpit, okay? Do that on the other side. As always, you can drop questions here if you have them in the chat, but you'll repeat that on the other side. And I do suggest, I like doing it against the wall, but I have some clients I prefer doing this lying on the floor. So you do you, play around, and happy rolling. I'll see you tomorrow.